Hi gorgeous, it's Ker-leen. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. In today's video, we are talking Arabian floral fragrances. If you love floral fragrances, then this video is for you. However, if you are curious about some good ones to try, then this video can be for you as well. So if you're interested, please stay tuned. Hey friend, welcome back. Thank you so much for meeting me here for another video. I'm super duper grateful for you and for your time. If you're new here on this channel, I talk luxury, I do review videos, I share my fragrance journey like today's video. I sprinkle in some lifestyle here and there. By the way, I have a vlog coming up very soon and I share some encouragement in every single video. So if those things sound good to you, then I would love to have you here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also be sure to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. The first fragrance I want to talk about today is a gorgeous combination of white florals and yellow florals. It smells absolutely lush, and this is such an expensive smelling white floral fragrance. This first one is called Luxe Verde by Tampa Perfumes. I picked this one up, I think it was around this same time last year, and I could not wait to see, number one, how this one developed and matured, but number two, I couldn't wait to wear this one. This one is definitely on my tray for this month, and it's going to be in rotation for the rest of the spring, even into the summertime. This is such a beautiful white and yellow floral fragrance. If this bottle looks familiar to you, that is because this is inspired by Armani Privé's Veil Malachite by Giorgio Armani. So this opens up with citruses, a citrus accord. It's also subtly green at the top, but then it unfolds into really thick and luscious white and yellow florals with that ylang ylang and jasmine at the mid. I feel like the pink pepper is also detectable, but this is a very floral forward fragrance. I love the way this one dries down. It has a gorgeous benzoin and vanilla combination at the base, and then finally there's another white floral at the base, and the lily is supposed to give off like a waxy feel, and this fragrance definitely feels like a thick, freshly cut, waxy white floral fragrance mixed together with that subtly sweet essence that we typically get when we get ylang ylang in a fragrance. As time has gone by, this one performs even better than it did when I first received it, so I'm happy about that. It's definitely well blended. It has more rounded edges. It's a little bit sweeter, and this one for me lasts a little bit longer than when I first received it. This one gives me all day wear at the moment. It's a moderate projector that becomes more of a scent bubble the longer I have it on, but it definitely sticks to my clothes and my skin for the entire day. So I'm really happy with this fragrance. You can get this on Amazon. I'll link it down below for you. This is Luxe Verde by Tampa Perfumes. This next one is an oldie but goodie. It is such a quality fragrance. I feel like you get a lot of value for your money when you purchase this fragrance. It comes in a larger than normal size bottle, and it is a beast mode performer. This is Armaf's Club de Nuit Impériale. I cannot say enough wonderful things about this fragrance. You all know how I feel about it. I've talked about it in several videos, and I will link a video here where you can hear more of my thoughts in detail. But just know this is a creamy and sweet and lush feeling rose forward fragrance. This one is inspired by Parfum de Marly's Delina Exclusive, except that this one, in my opinion, is sweeter and is a little bit easier to wear. It's not quite as sharp. I feel like the Delinas, so the original and Exclusive, have a really sharp rose accord, whereas this one feels a little bit softer and there's not quite as much of a sharpness or an edge to this one. This one also feels creamier to my nose. So this one is of course rosy. It's vanillic. There's a hint of powderiness to this fragrance. It's creamy, it's very sweet, and I just love how this opens up very bright but then develops into a very creamy floral fragrance. I can't say enough good things about this one. If you are not a fan of rose, this one might be a little overwhelming, but if you were curious about that scent profile, the scent profile of the Delinas, this is a great place to start without breaking the bank. A little of this goes a long way. You're not going to get rid of this anytime soon because this is beast mode. It projects very far and it lasts so long on the skin and clothes. This is Club de Nuit Impériale by Armaf. So speaking of rose, this is Al Haramain's Junoon Rose. So again, this one is very rose forward, and this one has an added component of powder. It's a powdery rose fragrance. It does have a lot of other beautiful nuances, but I find that people who do not like this fragrance typically complain that it is way too powdery. So I thought I'd share that up front because those are two things you cannot ignore about this fragrance. It's a rose forward fragrance that is very, very powdery. Now, if you don't mind those things, then I think that this one is an interesting one to check out. This fragrance is a dupe for Amouage's Blossom Love. I did a dedicated video on the two fragrances and I'll link that video here. What I love about this fragrance is how it opens up. I absolutely love the bright and fresh feel that I get when this first opens up. I also love the powdery notes in this fragrance because in the summertime when it's very hot and humid, this fragrance makes me feel very, very fresh. I also love the way rose is done in here. I think it also has a slight candied feel to it. And then I am absolutely in love with that amaretto note, which is a little nutty and it's a liqueur. So this fragrance has depth, but it is also very soft and feminine. It feels fresh, it feels clean. I also love the touch of leather that's in this fragrance. It's not a leather forward fragrance, but I do feel like that adds to the nuance of this one. It's an interesting one to check out if you don't mind rosy and powdery fragrances. This is Junoon Rose by Al Haramain. This next one is more like an assorted bouquet of flowers. So no one flower really stands out. This bouquet is made up of all kinds of flowers. So white florals, maybe some peonies, some roses, all kinds of flowers in this one. But this one is also a fruity floral fragrance. So there are some fruits mixed in there with the florals. This one is La Fleur Bouquet by Afnan. So I picked this one up around this time last year, I want to say, and I have been so excited about bringing this one back out. So this is another one that I've pulled out recently and it's in my rotation for the rest of spring, and this one is also perfect for the summertime because it feels very luminous and bright and fresh, but also juicy. So I'll pop the notes up for you here, but this one, when I first smelled it, reminded me of Armani My Way. So if you enjoy the scent profile of fragrances like Armani My Way, then you may really enjoy this one. This one has also been compared to Fleur Narcotique by Ex Nihilo. So if you enjoy that scent profile, I think you will love this one. It opens up with that gorgeous bouquet of flowers. And then at the mid, you have fruits and some musk. Then at the base, you get some more sweet notes. You get a woody note and you also get some rose and also some powdery accords. Now, this does not come across as powdery to me, but it does feel very fresh. And I would say this one is more on the musky side than it is on the powdery side. Yes, when I first sprayed this one out, I'm getting Armani My Way. Yes, that's what it's reminding me of. So if you enjoy Armani My Way, you are really going to love this one, especially at a fraction of the cost. The florals feel very velvety, but this is also very fruity and juicy and fresh feeling. And also it has a nice sweetness to it. This is La Fleur Bouquet by Afnan. And last but certainly not least is one of my newest obsessions. This is Ethery by Lattafa. This fragrance, y'all, has quickly become one of my most favorite fragrances to put on when I'm stepping out. Not only does it smell absolutely gorgeous, this one is an amazing performer. In my experience, this one gives me all day wear, and not just that, it's an all day wear that projects. I do feel like this one has a beautiful sillage, so when I walk by people, they definitely can detect this fragrance on me, and it is just the most gorgeous cloud of florals. This is such an interesting floral fragrance. It's very unique in my opinion. The only thing that's familiar to me about this fragrance is the orchid that's in this fragrance. It has a very prominent and pronounced orchid note that smells just like the orchid in my Gucci Flora Gorgeous orchid, which I love as well. But that's really it for me as far as what's familiar about this fragrance. So this fragrance is a floral fragrance, but when I first sprayed it out, it was giving honeydew melon and it was giving cantaloupe. There was a fruity undertone in this fragrance that feels like a very watery fruit. So instead of that fruitiness feeling candy-like, like some of your other fruits, like a strawberry or a cherry, the fruit in here felt very watery. So this fragrance feels very aquatic. And the reason why I feel like this one is not quite a dupe for Flora Gorgeous Orchid is because Flora Gorgeous Orchid feels ozonic, whereas this one simply feels aquatic. So that makes it perfect for spring and summer. By the way, if you have trouble opening this bottle is similar to their Hamra bottles in that you can simply twist the top and it comes off. This is one of my favorite fragrances to wear at the moment. It smells so feminine, so soft. It's so light and so bright, but it also makes a statement because this fragrance definitely commands attention. This is A Theory by Lattafa. In today's video, I'm hosting another giveaway. I'll be giving away this fragrance. It's a Paris Corner fragrance that is inspired by Gucci's Chant for the Nymph, I believe is the name of the original. I'll put the original on the screen here. But this fragrance is one that I picked up again around this time last year, and I have not reached for it. It just hasn't gotten any love from me, so this is a practically full bottle of fragrance. This is another lush white floral fragrance. It's very, very beautiful. And as you can see, I have other fragrances with a similar profile, so that's why this one kind of got overlooked in my collection. So if you'd like to welcome this one to your collection, then go ahead and let me know down below what some of your favorite floral fragrances are, and also let me know that you're interested in this fragrance. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up on your way out. That helps my channel continue to grow and reach other fragrance lovers like ourselves. And also, if you're here and you love fragrance content in general, I make a lot of it on this channel. I would love it if you would join the family, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also be sure to turn on that notification bell so you never miss another video. Today, I wanted to share with you something I was reminded of this week, and that is that a lack of discipline in one area can create a lack of discipline in other areas in our lives. In other words, if we lack discipline in one particular area, it can have negative impacts on other areas in our lives. Conversely, if we have discipline in one area, then it's much easier to begin to practice discipline in the other areas of our lives and begin to reap benefits in those other areas as well. So that is currently my journey right now. I practice discipline in a lot of areas in my life, but one of the areas where I struggle is getting to bed on time and getting enough sleep. But I realized that I need to be well rested in order to show up as my best self in the other areas of my life. Because what I would hate to happen is for me to be so super disciplined in all these other areas, but then having a lack of sleep begin to take away from all of my hard work and efforts in all of these other areas. So I just wanted to share that with you today in hopes that it helps you in some way. As always, I will be over here doing the exact same thing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye!